them and get no value from them because I'll have trouble hitting my shots, and then eventually my team will just die as I do nothing from the side. Or they'll turn on me and kill me. So they either ignore me and I don't do anything, or they turn on me and kill me. I think that kept happening a lot. So I mean, it definitely wasn't better to stay, in front of the tank kind of thing, because then I'm not doing anything, because I'm just shooting into shields or whatever their damage mitigations abilities are.
Exactly.
But from the side, I really have trouble oftentimes, again, hitting those shots where they're just moving erratically. I think in general, I don't know if I get too nervous or what it is that I really can't hit those shots in Hanzo like I do on, I guess, strafing bots. It's just a little bit different for me.
Did you pay attention to trigger discipline?
Yes. So I try to go slower, but then I still miss, unfortunately. So, and then I find that, and then it sucks because then I only really have two chances or so to hit. So it just feels like my aim's not quite there. I was actually hoping to try maybe like some Soldier and some other characters as well, just to see how applicable, what you would say. You know what I mean? I think a lot of the advice carries over, is my guess, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of advice which you can implement on other heroes as well. Positioning will, well, it depends. Depends on the hero. Depends on the
some
hero.
have a lot of vertical mobility.
Exactly.
So it's similar to Hanzo, but some don't.
Exactly. With something like Surgeon, for example, you have more of a horizontal mobility compared to the Hanzo, so it's a little bit different in terms of where you can be on the map. You might take a little bit sharp angle, just sort of horizontally, but as a Hanzo, you can always move a little bit more upwards because of your wall climb. I think, well, what we can do, we could actually see, first of all, why do we struggle to hit shots? I think that can be first direction. Another direction can be, well, you can also look at the other heroes, obviously, but yeah, I think we probably should stick with one. Probably.
Yeah, that's fine.
Maybe we can leave other direction for later, just for the next sessions as well. But we'll see. If you're really interested, you have any questions, feel free to ask those anyway.
Yeah. So I can show you from the perspective of not hitting shots. I definitely had that experience today. I just tried to play a quick play game to get like one warm up, code, just to see how things are going. And again, sort of the same complaints.
Yeah.
So I can show you. There were two specific times that I was like, okay, I'm at a pretty decent angle, but I'm not doing anything. Where I would like your advice.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Let me show you.
Yeah. A lot of times it's also important to understand that we not necessarily have to hit every shot, but what matters is if you put enough pressure, so you're able to.
Yeah, I mean, these guys were bad. They were just ignoring me. I don't even know that they knew that I existed, but I was just missing everything. So it was fun.
Then there is probably another issue. Yeah, we want to find out why we missed the shots. Sure. Let's see. Okay, let's use this code here. I'm gonna skip.
Yeah, the first, I remember I was really not warmed up the first time, and I think my first death I just lunged into their team, forgetting I just mistiming my double jump, so I would not focus on the beginning.
Sure. We can skip that part. Okay. Do you think you struggle with certain duels, or is just hitting shots in general?
So in this game, it wasn't so much duels. Like, I lost a duel to Soldier on my second life. Yeah, so this part, again, I just scrolled past his first life, please. That was very, just random stuff.
Sure.
And I died right away. Eventually, running back. Right, and then, so this was a duel that I struggled with. I just got destroyed. And, I was in a good position. I had a Sonic on him when he was behind cover.
Exactly.
So I really could have, played it well, but it just didn't work out. So
you could have killed him right here, basically.
Right. There too, sure, but afterwards, like when I'm fighting him later. So there, he straights back. That shot missed, unfortunately. So here, I can see him behind the wall, right? I just didn't hit any of those two shots, which were both, I think, hittable.
Definitely. However, it's harder. If you compare to the situation where it's more ideal, this is your ideal scenario here, where
Right, when he's not looking.
exactly they are distracted. Well, here the soldier is distracted, so he most likely, if he'll try to dodge something, he will move left and right, and he's not looking at you. So this is the moment, ideally, you should use to hit your first shot. So it's not even for scouting or trying to scare them off. There's exactly the moment where you can be more patient, and it's not just be patient, just treat a discipline, place across in the right way. It's a lot about recognizing the pattern of their movement. So what are you doing? What you should be doing is looking at how they are moving. What is their pattern? Pattern is just repeating the action, going from A to B. It depends. What they most likely might do. Well, you tell me. What do you expect this soldier to do most likely? What
ideally, he'd be strafing left and right because he's trying to strafe against the people in front of him.
Yeah.
Although he didn't necessarily do that here. Like straight forward and backwards.
Exactly. Those high expectations, we expect him to do so. That's why we actually want this guy to be distracted. You want to take this kind of more 90 angle, because that is where most likely you're creating the situation where he will be strafing, but it's not necessary that he might do so. So what we're trying to do is, once he's in this situation, is exactly see if he is doing that exact pattern, and once we notice that, we can go for the shot. You can start for that, basically. The more you do it, the easier it's gonna be to understand the patterns, to notice the patterns. But to me, your first shot, if we start right away, your first shot, you picking out this way, we're not exactly recognizing what the pattern yet. We kind of instantly going for something. Yeah, you instantly just firing that. Currently, it's a sonic arrow. So ideally, we just need to wait it out and see what he's gonna do. It seems like he's moving back and forward. Which is actually in our favor. This is
it's not that bad for me if I know what it's doing.
Exactly. And once you know the pattern, you basically can catch them in the middle of the pattern. It's not about you keeping the cross even. A lot of people, they say, yeah, just keep the cross in the middle of the pattern of the movement. Sometimes might be the case in your situation, because you're playing Hanzo. It's a lot about predicting, and predicting, it's you need to read the patterns, so you just can do some micro readjustments as well. But yeah, once you see he's moving backwards, then he will move forward. You recognize, oh wait, okay, he repeated that pattern where I expect him to be. Maybe he's gonna be moving a little bit more forward. You see him continuing, kind of shooting somebody, chasing somebody in the front. Well, you can aim shot a little bit towards right. If it's other way, then it's towards back. But yeah, the fundamental idea notice what they're trying to do first. Yeah.
And that shot was very close, but not quite, right? And I was hoping he'd move behind cover. Again, it's like, it's
exactly
just much prediction.
Exactly. And so we're noticing the pattern. Notice the pattern moving A to B. That is one layer. Another layer, you a lot of times notice people, they not just moving A to B in the open, they move A to B to certain cover. So if they're moving A to B just like that, like this soldier did, he might end up behind this cover, and that's where he ended up, actually. Well, he's not exactly...
It's not a direct path, but he did end up going there.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it's obviously, it's more complicated, but we kind of trying to simplify it a little bit. But we exactly see him. This is the closest cover he ended up against him. So that is where you can expect him to be as well if he's moving backwards. And again, much easier. So all of your shots, how many? We did one shot with the
Sonic. Yep, that's the second one there.
And so it's a one.
Yep.
And then the second one there. Yeah. So it could be just one instead of two.
Right. And then, would you suggest at this point I don't try to take the stool? Like I hide? Or try to do it?
You can tool, but you have to recognize that at this point you're a little bit of a disadvantage. So you
You think so?
might, well,
Because I'm like at a mid-range. I'm at a good distance. He's sonicked, right? Like I can one-shot the soldier. It's true he has rocket, right? Which is dangerous to me because I move slowly.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say. Okay, I'm saying you're disadvantaged compared to previous situation.
Oh, sure.
So it's a little
Right.
bit, yeah, it's not in your favor compared to that situation. There's one thing. Another thing, what you can consider is, well, he obviously knows where you are, but then
Right.
once this is happening, once he knows where you are, I think you should adjust your positioning so
Mhm.
he will not aim at you that easily. Well, what he could have done there, usually you want to use some sort of verticality here. The map
Really?
not allowing you to do that
Yeah.
because you're in the choke. Yeah. So if you're here, you might end up there. Technically, that's what
Right.
you. That's
Which
what
is
you
sort of-
did. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I took a shot and then I tried to duck back behind it, and
Yeah.
I think he just. Yeah. So then I popped back out.
Yeah.
Now I
There is
Don't
not
have
much you
Sonic
can
anymore.
do. Yeah, there's not
Yeah.
not much except for just obviously hitting the shot. Oh, you can
Right.
also look at it like predicting the pattern. What do you expect him to do? So he's
Right.
gonna strafe against you A to B, and then you can make it easy for you. But it's harder compared to previous situation. I think you should
Right.
have hit your shot on the previous.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
And in that case, so would you say it's better for me not even to take this fight? Like I just go back and hide behind the wall, try to fight someone else. Like when I'm on that right side, maybe he's
here-
distracting. He's looking at me. And not at this point, like even
Yeah.
before that, because now I'm
Yeah.
at the wrong side of cover. It's too hard for me to get anything done. He's the best person I can shoot at.
yeah,
But like before that,
before that.
yeah, here. So I miss that shot. I take one more shot. I could have ducked back to the right, right?
You know, you need to do something in the fight. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
you need to still have that uptime, and especially when there's a pick. The enemy hog just got a pick on your teammate. That is
Right.
especially the situation where you need to think. How do we get an advantage? You only
Right.
get an advantage if you get a pick, so you gotta
Right.
do something. If he knows where you are, well, you might do something different, but are you gonna be able to shoot somebody else? Are we gonna be able to reposition to shoot somebody else?
Yeah,
that
it'd
is
have
the
to be
question.
only really shooting the tank on point. It's really my only
not,
option, right?
not the best option to us,
No.
because he can easily heal himself with the new change as well. There's been
For sure.
a lot of healing. So, what do you think? Should you stay at this position still, or?
Yeah, so I don't know, right? I think to your point, like looking at the whole map, yeah, it's probably the best thing I can do.
Yeah, I
There's
think.
the only other person for me to shoot as a hog. We could get 3-on-1 on the hog, but then the soldier's gonna go back to killing these people, right?
Yeah.
So
So
it's sort of like I gotta win the duel.
yeah, it seems
But
like you can
that's that.
stay. Yeah, to me it also feels that you can still stay, even though he gets a little bit of advantage. You can stay, but it's only until you recognize you have to get out. It's usually your HP is around half HP. You maybe see an enemy using certain abilities. By the way, it was the case with a soldier. Like here, he uses healing
Yeah, use
station.
heal pad, which doesn't matter that much to me, right?
If you
Like-
hit the headshot, sure. If not,
Right,
then-
that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, which is what I'm gonna really go
so
for.
it's kind of here. Your HP gets to
Right.
half, you shoot the escape.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
You probably want to either move. There are two options usually. You move towards your teammates' line of sight.
Right.
That is the most ideal, I think. Or you move towards
the
some
health
sort of
pad.
HP.
Yeah.
Exactly. Something behind us. At least we making this guy chase us, which is good.
Right.
You create this
Right.
situation where, again, you make it easy for you to hit the shot because you know...
Yeah, he goes around a corner. I can listen for him. Whatever it is, right? He can also land the rocket on me, so it's really he actually has a big advantage there. But if I'm careful, maybe I could do something.
The most important is that you know where he's gonna end up. He's going A to B, and
Right,
that is where,
right.
again, easy prediction. If he's gonna chase you, sometimes to make them chase you, you kind of pretend to be more vulnerable, sort of. You pretend that
Yeah,
you actually killable, but you have a lot of tools, like your storm arrow especially.
Right.
That is pretty dangerous. If they in close spaces, even you can bounce your arrows here. So
Right,
it's kind of nice.
It's a good point.
Yeah, so basically run away, but You can kill him
Okay.
later. Mhm.
Cool.
That's when we're creating those situations again and again, trying to
Right.
see you.
Yeah, but that's just losing the door. I think, yeah, more important is actually this next area eventually when they break through. It takes a little bit. So then I go high ground eventually. And so at this point, yep, I think I kill her. Yeah, she does. Just fighting my team. And
Do you
just
find
hanging out.
your struggle against New Sombra?
Yeah, we talked about this before. Definitely a little bit, but it depends. It's just all about getting used to it. Yeah, I think it's good practice. In general, I mean, I beat this Sombra pretty handily this entire game. Her movement's very predictable, so I just keep killing her. But against good Sombras who are harder to hit, I have a lot more trouble. But you know, it was fine this game. So this is the issue that I generally struggle with: landing these shots where they're like moving to me in all three directions, like all three axes. I just have so much trouble with this. So much trouble.
Okay. Well, so first of all, we see enemies Nyara is actually distracted, and then you go in. Yeah, we can maybe slow it down. So it's So this point is kind of almost a deal to us. He is distracted. Well, the range could be better, but you realistically don't have any other position you could be using. Well, you could be somewhere.
Yeah, it could be like top right, but it's dangerous. This is a pretty good spot.
Yeah,
right?
I think
it's
this is a good spot. Yeah,
it's very safe.
Exactly. So you're trying to go for the first shot. I think it's a little bit. Yeah, we just.
Right, it's short.
Little bit short. Yeah. And then
so then he goes. So then I keep predicting that he's gonna move in the same direction he was moving before, but then he goes left. Okay. So now he's go down, and now that's just a miss. Whatever. And then this one, I take it easier. That one, I don't know. I guess I just miss. So here, yeah, I just miss. So now he's going left again. All right.
I already do notice. So. The shot before, so maybe let's compare two situations. When it's easier to hit Zenyatta, when he is distracted by the Doomfist, or right now?
Yeah, now he's strafing against me, to your point, right?
Yeah.
But I had a few shots where he wasn't looking at me, and really was not aware, and I missed all of them, which is the real difficulty.
Yeah, true. So... Shots before were good, definitely. He's distracted. It's even really this kind of 90 angle. You just a little bit up on the high ground. Now, at this point, what are we missing? Well, if he is distracted, if he is not looking at us, what we should be looking for with the shot? How do you make it?
Probably his pattern, to your point earlier?
Yeah, I think a little bit more. Maybe a little bit more. It feels like at least with us, we seen the Sonic.
I remember. So the third shot was the one where I tried to look for a pattern. I was like, oh my god, I'm just not hitting this. So not this one. I think it was the one where he starts to go downwards. I was like, okay, not this third one either. I guess the fourth shot.
Yeah, it feels like you need, once you have the enemy within your line of sight. Instantly look for the pattern, wait, and then shoot. Instead of it being like shoot here, the Sonic might be not. Well, it could be doing something, but you actually still have the Nyara in your line of sight, so I'm not too sure. Anyway, even though the Sonic appeared like right here, you need to wait and then shoot after. Probably. Well, another thing, what we're gonna be thinking about, pattern A to B, you're most likely gonna be strafing, going either right, left. Another thing to understand, he's gonna move to behind the cover. And a lot of times, there's one more thing you can notice. It's not only about cover. So they move to cover. It's not only about that, but they also try to take defensive rotation. And defensive rotation, what I mean by that, safe rotation. It's the rotation towards the spawn usually. see that red line or blue line going from those doors,
Right.
usually, yeah. And see the Nyara, eventually, when Doomfist just went on him, actually went towards this direction. This is kind of a lot of times the pattern. And the soldier, previous time, you saw him going exactly backwards.
Right. That's a good point. Right.
Exactly. That is
Right.
one
When people
more.
get dove, they're gonna tend to just move backwards, whatever it is, back towards there.
And another thing, if you know all of that, it's gonna be easier. But once they feel they're safe, they're not under pressure, they will try to move forward, take space, especially if they forced out a lot of cooldowns. Maybe somebody's killable, like in this case, you see the Doomfist very killable. He's, I think he got hooked actually. What happened to him?
Yeah, that's a good point. Right. So then I could predict even the fact that he's going to move forward, right?
Exactly.
So he moves backwards when he gets dove, like he said. And then the Doomfist goes away. He's getting targeted by the whole team.
Exactly.
And then moves back forward. Right.
Exactly. A lot of times you look at it, it's a game of resources. Who has more resources usually have the tendency to take space. Whoever is losing resources, they will try to give up space. So if we break it down here, when Doomfist dove this Nyara, he lost some of his resources, such as his HP, so he has tendency to give up space. Now, there's another story, completely opposite, where your Doomfist are losing a lot of HP and losing his abilities, so the enemy most likely will try to take a little bit of space.
Right.
There is another perspective, actually, just general kind of tempo and understanding. I'm not sure we talked about that much, but we can do that later. It's just understanding the tempo. That's kind of tempo perspective here to you.
Right.
Okay. So they have resources. They press W, and completely opposite. They press S key, kind of.
Right.
S key. Okay. Yeah. All the things. We're just gonna look through those layers, through kind of. Yeah, but through using those concepts, we just gotta understand, noticing the pattern, moving A to B, looking at the tempo, they move to cover, and they also use safe rotation. At least for the first pressure, kind of, there's a tendency usually when they receive first pressure, they'll try to use that, kind of move towards the spawn. Now they save, so they move forward, and this guy is also, this is the moment when it's not easy. This is when he is not distracted.
They all know.
So you probably gotta look to shoot something else. If not, then it's the same situation like with a soldier. You can't continue taking this duel.
Right, but at least here I'm distracting them a lot. I don't mind my, too much.
This
I'm
is
like,
not
okay,
bad,
how should I get back? I'm like, I'm just gonna go here. So, okay, is this a fight? No. Oh, yeah, this is where I killed this Sombra.
Remember,
like I said, she just moved in a straight line.
Exactly.
So,
well,
and to your point, she hacked first, right? Which was like, I don't know.
You see where you are. You see where you are. How it's easy for you to deal with a Sombra. Why? Remember what we talked about before?
Yeah, I'm right behind cover there.
Behind the
just
cover.
Gonna move straight out in a straight line.
Yeah,
so she has to come after me.
There's always A to B, not A to C, not A to D. You minimize the amount of angles you deal with. Remember, it's really important. She might move there, but she's not going to be able to shoot you. So that's a lot of times the key against the Sombra. It's really nice. I would say in your case, it's also you gotta use your verticality a little bit more, just in general, so that initial positioning down there, maybe it's not the best, but still.
Right. Yeah, so there I got a heal.
This surgeon just died. Oh.
Yeah, that's okay, it's a quick play. Just fell off. So there I get a lucky pick. And we just go in and we clean up. And this is fine. This doesn't really matter. I'm missing on the hog, which I remember I was like, oh my god, how am I missing this?
No, it's okay.
I'm mispredicting everything, but that's fine.
It's okay.
We win anyway, so it's okay. Yeah, we take a little while to kill him because we just have a Lucio basically, so I'm like, okay, I'll go kill him.
Well, he's targeting himself, that's kind of good for you.
Right.
Now, this is the point where again all of this starts where we start being patient. Our first shots,
Right.
with
But yeah, to your
noticing
point,
the
that
pattern.
first shot could have done a lot, right? Because he
Exactly.
was very distracted.
Yeah.
And it's very killable target, right?
A to B pattern.
Yeah.
And moving towards the cover. Look at
Yeah,
this.
although there I have very little time to make this shot, but yeah.
Well, yeah,
Right.
you do. But there's not a layer. We can look to layer of this guy's gonna move to safety, safe rotation.
Yeah, I could position my
and
cursor.
towards the cover as well. That's what he does.
Right.
He's moving a little bit weird here. He's moving a straight line as well. So maybe it's gonna be even easier for you. But yeah, this is exactly the point where.
Yeah, to your right. To your point. And then yeah, so then that's dumb. I shouldn't have fought there honestly with half HP. Like it was just a bad time. I should have just gotten the health back directly behind me.
Yeah, you usually at first, if you can, even right there, you won the fight, just reset your
Get a heal.
resources, get your resources back. Yeah.
Right.
You might use your HP back just in the house, or you can get healed.
Yeah, everyone was around me. It was fine. I figured like, oh, I was like, okay, whatever. It's fine. They're staggered. It didn't end up being a big deal. So we're going here.
Because remember the duel with the soldier, we're trying to.
Right. So I actually hear the soldier here. Oh yeah, I remember this. This was awkward positioning. So the soldier's here is trying to flank. He's got his ult, right? And I hear him, and I'm like, where the hell is he, guys? So I dropped my. That's why I put that Sonic there. He sounded right next to me, to be honest. But I guess he backed off, which made sense. He must have heard the Lucio or whatever it was.
See how your first shot is looking like? Just look at it. Well, it's kind of. Well,
It's so
I think
close,
it's
but
better.
yeah, it's
I think
too
it's
fast.
better. It's better though. If you looked at this Zenyatta, so you notice he's kind of moving towards this point.
I don't know where he's moving. So here, I have no idea how he's gonna move. So that to me felt like a very close shot, but it wasn't. It was not. It was just a miss.
Was still better, I think. Not this one where it's.
And there,
like
I thought he'd strafe to the left, and then I guess I did hit him, but he didn't do it exactly as I predicted. So I was like, okay, whatever. So here, let me think. What did I end up doing here? Oh yeah, so soldier used sights behind us, and they all Sombra ult us. I got a pick, but now I'm like, oh my god, I'm still dead. I can't look that other way because soldier is using ult there. It eventually gets me. So that was an annoying position. So I felt like this was a positioning problem, right? I'm getting hit by 3 ults at the same time. There's no other way, right? That could be anything else.
Yeah. Where you should be at this point.
Yeah, probably high ground on the right. I could have gone up that wall, right?
Exactly.
That's probably the safest possible spot.
Yeah.
And then I'm protected from all of this.
Not only safest, but also the position which allows you to generate pressure, because
and also get heals. Like it's a good spot.
Exactly. Because if we stack with our team, now all angles can just pressure us. Somebody can come behind, maybe become on the high.
Yeah, and the soldier died, of course, which didn't help. So yeah, we have no one covering our angles. We're just all playing main, so they completely rotated
just
around us, unfortunately.
MP, and this.
And soldier ult, and then and then Kiriko ult, right? So it's just like, they use a lot. We use nano, but it's just too much.
Yeah. And you could it's just more about the positioning here. I don't. There's not too much. Okay. So it's kind of take off angle, play away from the team.
I think this is one of the times. So coming up soon, one of my second questions. Was the time that I was up top before. So I heard footsteps here, and I was like, okay, I'm not sure where it is. Yeah, so I'm like, I'm not hitting this Sombra, but I know she's gonna go for me. It feels like so she does.
This is good.
She runs away. It's fine. Yeah, so I missed that shot, unfortunately.
That's okay.
That one was like, he's moving a straight line. It is hittable, but he is sort of far away. So I'm not sure which way they're going at this point.
If they're pretty far away, sometimes it's complicated. You definitely, especially in the poke phase, have much less chances to get a pick with the Hanzo, but it's okay.
So now we've flipped the map, right? and so I'm in this spot. I see the Zen, and I'm like, oh, good. So I hit the body shot, but then I miss. Somehow, I don't know how those miss. I trace its perfect pattern, but it's good. I forced out trance. It's not a great trance.
I think this is decent. Yeah, you again with your shots.
Smart of the Zen to be there, but he didn't know that I was there. So.
Yeah, exactly. But this is why being off angle is good. Another part about it is just you can secure that for your team. You can not allow the enemy team to use that. You push them out, so now it's in your control. It's in the control of your teammates. Sure. That's good. Wasted these ult there.
Now I'm like not sure who to shoot at, so I dropped. Maybe I shouldn't have dropped.
I think
it felt like we were in such a strange spot.
Might be a strange spot to hit the shots. Just
because it's this weird angle where they're like at this. I've got this narrow rate. It's not sideways, right? This is like I don't know what you call this. A 30-degree angle, right?
You can call it that, sort of. It's just kind of difficult. They're pretty far. Your team is here. You definitely shouldn't move towards your team, though. You should find.
I should not.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You, the sniper, you want to be an off angle somewhere.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can be flanking. In your case, flanking can be valuable if you can get a line of sight with your team by using your verticality. Then, like, imagine you surgeon, you might play the position B and instantly get out with your shift kind of this way. You can even jump above this wall. Could you do something similar with the Hanzo? Well, could you just pressure from here? And
even that. Hold on, my dad's calling me. 1 second.
That's okay.
I'm in a meeting. But all right. So I was thinking, even that wooden ledge, honestly, is not horrible.
Yeah, it's not bad for sure. It's just it's a bit open.
Because I can duck back inside. It's a little scary, but it's not terrible.
Yeah. I think you can definitely move towards this B, and then if something happens, you can always break line of sight with the enemies by climbing this wall. Maybe you can wall climb a little bit here, receive some of the healing from Anna. Maybe using this platform can be valuable, but definitely we don't want to move towards the team. Yeah. It might seem that you're a little bit too far from your team, but it's okay thing if you can get a line of sight of somebody, especially if you have long range support like Anna. It's okay. With Anna, you can take more sharper angles. With something like even Mercy, it's possible, I think, if she's able to fly between groups. With supports like Moira, complicated. It's gonna be complicated, but
Moira, Lucio, or something like that would be really difficult.
Exactly.
So here I actually have a good. That was an okay angle to take some shots. I just didn't hit him.
Yeah, I
didn't mind that one.
Could have stayed there.
Yeah, certainly. The Sombra ended up coming after me, and she got Suzu'd at a great time. So that was tough there.
This is really tough.
And then
Notice all this pressure. You hack from behind. You might get
but I also land the shot. This is the other thing that I always struggle with, is that when I'm out these off angles, I miss everything. But when I'm direct on like this, like, look, the Kiriko is moving in a straight line towards me, right? Effectively.
Right now,
It's very predictable headshot.
Now, yes.
Or body shot even.
No, she does.
Right. And I feel like in general, this is like, it's just easy as Hanzo to hit these shots. There's such a narrow alleyway through which they're going to be, right? So it's dangerous, but it's also just so easy for me to hit these shots. They have Roadhog, he can't really protect her, right? But I'm also at a scary spot.
Well, okay. So it's easy if they're in a certain position, like if it's a narrow position, they do not have, they're not able to move somewhere. But here, actually, there's a somewhat of a opportunity for them to move left and right. So even though they're making a mistake, they're moving kind of in a straight line. So just what the Kiriko does.
Right. Yeah.
It's just
not. She's just walking basically. I guess she's strafing. She is strafing, but she's strafing
Yeah.
against the other guy.
Yeah.
Against
Yeah.
the Sojourn.
But this sort
Right.
of works better. Well, what worked here is that
The Sojourn's at an off angle.
it's
Right?
it's not that you hear your shot because let me think. It's not that we hit the shot because it's angle. It's I mean it. Let's just call it like. It's not about 30 or 90 angles. It's that more about you notice you're doing A to B pattern and then you using your shot. Kind of you actually waiting. You're not shooting straight away. It feels
That's
like.
true.
Yeah, so it's kind of easy. But you could have done the same, but being in an angle, and you need to combine all of this together because against better players, you gonna miss the shot, and also it's kind of not as safe for you to be again with your team, and it's actually complicated a lot of times.
And even here, it's not safe, right? I end up dying, I think. Oh no, we end up winning because I'm able to pump a ton of damage to Roadhog. So it's fine. And
this is what I mean. Like now, for example, here they expect all of you guys to be here. So what this Zenyatta gonna be distracted to as well? He's gonna be distracted to the line. Can we use that by going up here? Well, totally. If he's distracted with you, then maybe this angle can get a little bit more while you have somebody else like your Tracer capitalizing on it. Maybe it's Anna, but it should be something. It's like if you guys all stack together, they can a lot of times even just throw one AP or one Kiriko ultimate and all you guys
that's very true.
punished.
Right, for 100%. Yeah.
Or right click of Zenyatta.
Yeah, that's why Reaper is like so strong in silver and gold, right? He just everyone stacks. Or like Junkrat Tire, it's like
exactly. You definitely see the tendency that how you gonna be with this the more people are focused on map control, more they are spread out, but spread out not in a bad way, so they cannot support each other, but they just spread out on the area. They have angles on the area which they're controlling. So basically what you're doing here, you're going up, you have the position to kind of control the area. Your team is controlling this. Well, you might just move a little bit backwards and be able to control that, so it's okay.
So here, so I'm trying to take a little bit longer, but I think it's also just missing. It's not quite. So that's just a miss, but this one don't worry about, the Kiriko. But then the Zen, I remember I'm like, okay, let's take a sec to see how he's moving. I think I just miss.
One more thing which is common, and that is something we talked about with you as well, is just regarding the aiming. Yeah, let's just maybe write this down. So, if you're able to, you can put the enemy and yourself on the same level, on the same ground level. Basically, why it might seem a little bit harder, easier sometimes is that if you're here and somebody is here, it's just because you're on the same level. So if map geometry allows you to do so, there are certain points of time where you can try that, especially with initial shots. Well, maybe being on this wooden platform at the start and then moving up, it can work.
I see.
Actually. Yeah. It's just why we going upwards later is just we being more unpredictable, and then we get a little bit better line of sight. But you might start with these shots, especially if they're not expecting you here. It's possible. You might even maybe start here.
Yeah, I like that angle. I think it's a good one. I have to hide a little bit. That's like the assassin type thing, right? Like I crouch there, wait for them to move forward, and then I try to take some shots.
You could try, especially if your team is controlling this high ground. You can get in line of sight of your teammates and get support, so it's possible. And you little bit towards the same level.
Right. It's a little bit far when they tend to move around the corner, but I could even go closer through the stairs. It's not like they have a Genji. They can't really jump me, right? There's somewhere, but it's not that threatening. She's in my backline most of the time. Yeah.
If you know where she's gonna come from, and if you're aware, I think it can be okay.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's scary. I always feel the pressure to hit my shots when that happens, but it's not bad. I've done that before.
So it's one thing, just you got in the aiming. Another thing, if we talk about the movement, because we talked about how we want to notice, then moving from A to B, something what's common is, if you want to make it easy for you to hit the shot, is mirror their movement as well. So if they move into A, you move into A as well. If they move to B, they move to B as well. So it's kind of...
keep them in the same level.
Yeah, you keep them on the same level. It's let's just call it. So you repeat their movement, A to B, target goes left, you go left, target goes right, you go right. Or you can do counter movement. It's against something. I wouldn't focus
I think
on
it's
that
okay as
much.
Hanzo. I mean, I've done it before. I think as projectile character, it's not that bad. But like, yeah, to your point, I think a lot of times when I'm in the fight, like I'm not thinking about can I mirror their strafe. It's just too much. There's so many other things I'm trying to focus on, you know?
Yeah, you might. If you
Clearly like trying to predict their move.
first of all, with too many things, I would just focus on one thing at a time. Remember, it's just one thing at a time. But even this can be the focus. It's just more, to me, like all of our stuff is more related to game sense and positioning first. This, you can focus on that maybe at a certain point of time. Just do they move to A and then repeat that? Now, honestly, I wouldn't bother that much. Just don't put it on as the first priority, but that is something to think about. They move to A, you move to A. They move to B, you move to B. Or it can be the opposite. They move to A and you move to B. So it's target goes left, you go right. Target goes right, I go left. It's just counter movement, but yeah, I don't think it's that important here, maybe.
So that's Zen. I tried to take more time on the shot, right? And I just missed almost everything. I finally hit him with a bunch of shots on there. So I finally use Dragon, and it doesn't get much value, unfortunately, because of cleanse. And then they Kiriko, we beat. Yeah.
It's still fine. The Dragon, if your team is able to capitalize on that right after some resources being used, it's okay. I would just be on the different side of the map if you want to do so. So it's kind of, you wanna
less predictable.
Yeah, you wanna maybe be on different sides, so you cutting off their defensive rotation or you split them as well. It's kind of ideal. It's a little bit of both. So if you're trying to split these guys, if you're trying to split an enemy, what do you think?
Well, I thought that all their supports are on the left, so I'm trying to force them to the right with the dragon, right?
Yeah.
So our
this
team
can
kill
work.
them.
Yeah, if it's this is the sort. Yeah, I think this can work.
I mean, outside of Kiriko, but Kiriko, like I don't know, I'm not gonna. She's so mobile. I think it's hard to.
It might be a little bit better if you do it if you angle it this way. That's
for sure.
What I'm thinking.
I agree with that.
This is still pretty okay.
Yeah. So we do end up splitting them this way. Then they Kiriko all, then we beat. Yeah, it's good. It all ends up being fine. I think we win this fight. They got the Reaper there. I guess he's not doing much. I don't know. Oh, he's scared of the Nano, Ryan. It makes sense. He's not going to do anything there.
Right.
So he moves away.
Well, we got a lot of value there.
Yeah. Yeah, we killed their tank, but then our Ryan dies. And I saw they switched to Hanzo, so I'm like, okay. I'm going to try to be a little bit less predictable where I am.
Just want you to see, so how many shots we're taking. Right after this fight, we definitely got a good shot. They got your Lucio, though, trying to go off the Curie. What do you think? Right here, is there a better position we can take? So
yeah, generally the high ground is probably going to be best. Yeah. I'm just like, oh my god, so many red things in front of me, I gotta shoot at them. You know, that's what I'm thinking in my head there.
High ground.
It's like, if I reposition, the fight's gonna be over. That's always my worry, that like I go to get a better angle and then the fight's just over by then, you know?
Yeah, but do you have to climb all the way up? Do you have to go all the way up right now?
Oh, you're saying like go where like the Reaper is right now?
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You could.
It's a little scary fighting the Reaper, but it's not.
Oh, you can win that duel as well, but over one of these points if you know.
This close, it's tough. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe you can. I don't know that I can. Against a close range Reaper around the corner like that, I feel like I lose that duel 8 times out of 10.
Okay. If we, in theory, want to duel that Reaper, what you should be doing?
I'd put the Sonic down, make sure I know where he is.
Yes.
If he's hiding behind the corner, honestly, I might not even engage, or I just poke him with Sonic.
Yes.
Ricochet. If he's not hiding around the corner, then I can try to land a headshot peeking in and out of corner.
Exactly.
Or in and out of cover, right?
One step at a time. Yeah, doing it this way. It's always our ideal pattern. Looks like we trying to take the angle, control, and then use the angle. So here, if you know you're about to take this platform, which can be pretty valuable, you almost on the same level with the enemy, you have a little bit closer range, I think, and just in case you can always wall climb up. But you're not just going there blindly, no, you put in your Sonic, just in case if something happens, you can deal with those targets, or maybe you can destroy those targets, just get rid of the Reaper, and then use this same angle they were using maybe here, yeah. Or maybe at least you scare them off at the higher ranks, by the way. If you Sonic here, well, there are a lot of good things. Your teammate's gonna know that this Reaper is there, they're gonna respond to that, push him really soon. Enemy Reaper might know that you use Sonic on him, and then he's gonna be scared to stay. He will be forced to get out, or he will try to just hide. He will not engage in the fight, which is again good. So it's just one step, but all of this is important together. Sonic, control the angle, then you might deal with the Reaper, maybe not, but yeah. It definitely shouldn't be too long of a rotation. It definitely shouldn't, but just
makes
a little bit better.
Go for a shorter rotation. Yeah, that makes sense. Mid fight.
A little bit better position, because from here is just so much
so
more
hard.
difficult.
There's very few things I can shoot at.
2, 3, or 4 shots, 5, and then it's gonna be 6. This is better because you're on the same level and kind of slightly.
Now we're down to the tank, so they're putting pressure on us. I mean, we're even, so it's not that bad, but I am now the tank, so which is good and bad. I missed that shot, unfortunately. Now I'm shooting. Yeah, it's like okay. Try to
you have to.
As you can.
This is at this point. They have the tempo, so they're trying to take space. This is where the movement is gonna be more towards you. Again, something to take advantage of. If you know that happens, you can predict something, but you most likely have to give up some space as well. Move back.
I remember I was very scared of Shatter here, so I'm like, okay, just ready to hop behind cover, So this is a spot. This is the other spot. I'm at a pretty good angle here, right? This is literally a 90-degree angle, but I just can't hit anything, and it's like, okay, my whole team dies while I'm missing shots from a mile away.
So, first of all, I think this is a decent. This is kind of, you notice the enemy Hanzo is distracted, you notice the enemy
I'm going for the Lucio, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
So first of all, we're trying to hit the Hanzo, or?
No, the Lucio.
Okay. What do you think? What your target priority should be here? Is it the Lucio or the Hanzo?
Well, the Lucio's antied, right? So I land a body shot, he's dead. Right, so here I try to hit the Hanzo because I'm like, oh, it's predictable, but I miss. So Lucio's antied, and so I really want to hit him, but I don't.
Yeah, it's one of the things where actually in most situations Lucio is the last target to hit, because, well, it's just kind of might seem not as intuitive sometimes. He's low HP, and at this range, it's okay, but it's not ideal. Maybe you can be a little bit closer, but the Lucio is so fast, so your projectiles is just too easy to dodge. So ideally, you should choose more stationary targets at any point of time. I think when you could hit that Lucio is maybe if you really more shorter range oriented, maybe you that close, it's possible. But if you that far, I don't think it's like good idea. So we're trying. It's always kind of the balance. We trying to see what is killable and what is the most threatening at the same time. Kind of try to get that target here. It's definitely can be the Hanzo, maybe it can be the Kiriko. Yeah, I think one of those. Lucio is usually pretty complicated at this range, at least for you. As a Widow, you could try,
Sure.
I think, because it's a hit scan, but as a Hanzo, it's just more complicated. Okay, well, do you have any other questions, maybe any other?
No, I think that's a main one here on this one. It's just like I felt like there were a lot of critical moments when I was in okay spot, and I just didn't hit anything.
Yeah, here it's target priority. So see, there are a lot of layers. It's just...
Right.
Let's just use that again. Noticing the pattern, A to B, they move to cover, safe rotation. By the way, something to notice, Lucio most likely will be taking safe rotation, which means he will try to go backwards, kind of this way. And your crosshair, where is that gonna be? It's definitely hard, even though you know this information. I don't think at this range it's easy. By the way, here, pattern is clear.
Yeah, I mean, I just missed. I knew where he was going. I just missed. You know,
happens. Yeah, the intention is good though. Yeah, like this, it's a little bit overshoot. Yeah, so he ended up here. What kind of cover he is using? Well, maybe this. Maybe he is going towards this wall. Something to think about. Definitely hard. Definitely not the easiest target. Okay. So it was safe rotation and looking at the tempo. It's just, I think, something to start with, if you want to look into that.
Makes sense.
And I'm thinking, because we mentioned the tempo, how do you understand that again? Like, well,
so for me, it mostly if both sides are alive, then and no one's salted or anything like that, then it's pretty neutral. If someone gets a pick, they're going to push forward. Whatever side got the pick. If someone has an advantage in general, they're going to push forward. Usually, I think the biggest change in tempo is signaled by someone getting a pick, and then people pushing in, or someone using an alt, like Kiriko alt or whatever. Right? It's one of the classic, or beat, like really any alt to some extent. Means that people are going to push forward or back. But just any advantage, the team that has the advantage will tend to push forward. So I should usually fall back. Positions that were safe are no longer safe. Depending, right? I'm at a disadvantage most of the time.
I think this is a good starting point. You can pay attention to numbers for now, but then later, because tempo is not as easy, because they like to explain it this way, you have kind of general tempo, which might be based on numbers, ultimates. It's kind of easier to understand the general picture, but there's a tempo depending on what space you're fighting in. So to speak, if we have one person here, two people here, maybe that 2v2 on that side. If one person is pushing two people here, those two people in this count space, they have more tempo, more an advantage, sort of. That is something for you to recognize later, but we'll discuss that. It's just more interesting because it requires more. I think we can look into that more. For now, just start with the numbers. It might be easier. Just to start with more kind of fundamental general picture. Okay, do we want to do a game?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Let me just give you permission. 1 sec. Okay, now it's good.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, so I think let's try to notice the AB pattern at the start.
Yeah, it's a good idea. I like that. Let's focus on aim a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so to your point, there were still a lot of issues on around whatchamacallit?
Your position?
Right, positioning. Yeah, where I'm still like, especially if we're at an advantage or mid fight or whatever, I'm not getting set up correctly, right?
Yeah, I think you gotta use those steps a little bit more. Take, control, and then use the angle. Yeah, just
let me close some stuff just to make sure.
rather being consistent with that first, and then later you can see what kind of adjustments you can make. Yeah.
Right.
Because sometimes you notice maybe you taking position which is too long, maybe you taking position which is actually not as valuable. You can fix that. You can do that. Sometimes you don't have to take the position, but it's more like an exception in most cases. It's just mostly if you have really big advantage, you might stay at the position where you are, but you know, I think let's focus on just making sure we consistently set up.
Let me just let me lower the resolution.
Yeah, that's all good.
So make sure that for me it's okay, because it was stuttering a little bit.
That's fine. Okay, A to B pattern, especially with the first shot. Let's try to go for easier shots. Really depends on your position. You're on the same kind of. If you can, maybe be on the same level while being off angle. It can be a little bit more up. Obviously, it's ideal, but not really too much up.
Right, at least for the first shot, right? And then afterwards, I can take the higher angle.
I think it depends. It depends, but yeah, you can try to go for easy shot first, and then see if you need to change something.
Oh, that's right. The family of criminals.
What an interesting hypothesis.
Alright, so we have Sombra, Doomfist. Pretty hard dive actually, except for me. Very close range. So they have a Hanzo. They just Sonic that area. So I'm gonna drop.
Then you can move to another angle.
Okay, you could use a heal. So to your point about A and B. So I'm thinking he's gonna move back to cover. That's why I put that there.
This is good. Try to move towards something what's more towards the 90. Yeah, this is better.
Right,
now,
but it's low. Oh shoot!
So try to combine all of this.
Yeah. So what was the issue there? I mean, I was just low health. I felt for so long. Like I had a great shot on him.
Start with this left high ground right away. This left
again?
top right away.
Okay. Well, we have an advantage.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
now you
try
can
to push
move
forward.
up a little. Yeah.
Right. So I'm missing everything again. Oh, good.
No, you're hitting it.
There we go.
Nice.
Nope. Okay. Whatever. So that was fine.
Okay, let's do this one. Move to an angle and then A to B pattern, not A to B pattern first. Move to an angle and then A to B.
Right, makes sense. Okay, so I'm gonna do this just to. Yep.
This is better. This is a good position. I don't think you can be anywhere else.
Okay, great. And I have cover now, so they're gonna go up to me. It sounds like.
Well, might be.
So they know I'm here. So
I don't think they can go up. They can only go down. The Reaper is gonna be down.
So to your point, A to B. And then I died.
This is fine. You just died to the shot which happened
the
after.
double headshot. I mean, yeah. Oh no, one headshot.
It's just if you
how did I die so fast?
Because you discorded.
I see.
You discorded and a little bit closer to half HP. Usually you wanna get some healing. By the way, if you get of line of sight of the enemies in Yara,
right, then he can't re-discord me.
Yeah.
Again. Oh boy, I'm really struggling.
That's okay. That's okay.
So that one I predicted well. I just missed. Well, I'm just gonna.
Now you have more tempo because
the
lost numbers.
I hit the Mercy. She's half. So I could go that way, but it's scary to me. Oh.
Don't be scared. You have the Sonic.
Right, I got everyone on me.
If you have Sonic, you can always move.
I don't know what angle I can take here.
Left or right?
There we go.
Left top.
So to your point, so I don't know what pattern he was moving at there. I got him again.
You can take left top right away.
Oh, I see. Up there. Yeah, good idea. Good idea. So now what? So Reaper's gonna be coming back.
Yeah, you have the Sonic to check for any
Yeah, I'm waiting for him to be more likely to be alive, and now, yep. So I see the cast. Wow, he's hitting shots, but his fall off is horrible.
Fine.
Watch Rhino.
This is good.
So
Okay, just
this
survive.
Zen is going for me. I'm too low. I just wanted to get the horizontal angle for the.
Yeah, good.
Counter all Hanzo, good shit.
Yep.
And move up,
There
move
we
up.
go.
Just move up.
Hey, there it is. All right.
Nice, good
Yeah.
job.
So to your point, thanks. So.
This can be good. This is fine.
Nope. So yeah, so to your point, she's moving back towards spawn. I mean, there it's like, so I'm just gonna Sonic there so I can see them.
You can go for easier shots at the start
Yeah,
if
good point.
possible.
Right, right. So should I move that way? Here. This is scary because now they have
well,
this angle on me.
Try,
But
try this out. Try this out.
come on, this is to me always so hard. Whatever. She didn't notice the first shot. So predictable jumping. Yep. So I need heals. Thanks. Come on. There we go. Nice.
Great play,
Okay.
guys.
Good.
Now, what I
Good.
think you could have done as well when you're in the stop rate, if you want to hit easier shots. So, yeah, right away, this is good thinking. If you're moving towards this left top, I think might be valuable. But you might even just think, what if I put myself on the same level with the enemy? Yes, I know that I'm gonna play around the position up there, but at the start, what if I will be on the same horizontal level down there? And then shoot, and then once the real fight starts, you go up again.
I see.
You might do
That
that,
makes
as
sense.
well. It's just a bit complicated around all this, what we said, but you can kind of add the sex to action. Just understand that taking the position is just, you kind of, well, let's just call it this step. Once we took the position and it's under our control, once we're using that, it doesn't mean that we have to stay there all the time. We might play around, we might go down and up, depending on the situation. It's just
Right.
kind of, yeah, it's just kind of, there's a tendency at the start of the fight, yeah, you might go for easy shots. Yeah, I think that's a good way to explain it, kind of using the position, but at the start,
That makes a
go
lot
for
of
easy-
sense to me. No, yeah, it makes a lot of sense, and it's like natural instincts, right? Like I think at the start of the fight, to your point, they don't expect me, so
True.
there's no one shooting at me, and I can go for the high risk high
Exactly.
reward stuff, right? And
Yeah,
then use my mobility.
Yeah. This is valuable. Mhm.
I don't think anyone's up there actually. I'm gonna wait. There we go.
So this is the same level, but now you gotta maybe move up somewhere and see.
Right. So they have a Genji who wants
You
to come for
probably
me.
exactly. So you're probably gonna be using this now. But the first
Right.
shot at the start was good. Was easy shot, was kind of nice. But now you gotta.
So I missed there,
It was
unfortunately.
a good shot anyway. It was body shot, but it was decent. Reaper.
Nope, I missed.
That's
Unfortunately,
okay. That's fine.
I always just miss that timing. It's always later than I expect. The teleport.
You'll
you know?
get used to it. I think that's fine. That was
Yeah,
good.
so,
The first shot, especially, see, we're saying we can go for easy shot even though we're in the low ground, but then after we going up somewhere, we going towards that stairs. It's fine. Now,
Right. So
Well-
now it's a little bit. So we have a lot of people. I don't want to fight the Genji, to be honest. So I'm just gonna. He's main right now.
what kind of position you gonna play around? Is this here?
I don't know. This one's a weird little area.
I think there's nothing else you can play around. Maybe this left kind of.
So to your point. So now I wait out Discord, and now he can't
Yes.
Discord me anymore.
Yeah, this is true.
Right. So
if you
now
have Storm Arrow, there's nobody you gotta be scared
Yep.
of.
you don't think so? You think I stay there against the?
You stay
Warrior.
against the Genji, just keep your deflect. Sorry,
see.
not deflect, but keep your range.
My storm arrow? Or
Yeah.
keep my range? Yeah, yeah.
You
yeah.
keep your range, and the storm arrow is
Do you
just.
think I should have held that angle, maybe?
Yeah, you can. Because he used his deflect, he's no threat to you.
Yeah,
You
he
can
used it
easily
too
kill
early,
him.
right.
Yep.
Right. That makes sense. I was mindful of the whole, like, he's just gonna aim his cursor at me, you know? They
That's
have Reaper
okay.
out, by the way, almost certainly, so I feel like I heard no Reaper's main, so I'm not gonna do anything here. Obviously, I might try to take.
Yeah,
Oh,
a little bit closer. Easy,
yes,
nice.
yes, good. Oh, so I hear someone over there. Genji. Come on. Oh well, we have an advantage, so.
Yeah, you don't need anything. You can just kill them by
Yep.
staying kind of even on the main.
No need for that.
Okay, the
but
fight
whatever.
is over. You can.
Yep, and they're
set up-
staggering a little bit now, potentially. Oh, if only. So can I? No. Ooh. So, their Zen's playing a little crazy, actually.
You're a little bit too
I
far
thought
forward.
he might. Yep,
Watch
true.
Genji ult.
Yep,
Make
they're
su-
definitely gonna have Genji ult. That's true. So
Make
I
sure-
wanna. I
Make
might-
sure you set up an A to B pattern. Yeah.
Right, right. A to B. So he just used deflect.
It's easy
Yep.
kill for you.
I don't know about easy.
Now it's easy,
Yeah.
I believe.
It's not terrible. Oop. I am went too
That's
deep,
fine.
right? I
That's
got
fine.
baited.
That's fine.
Got
That's
baited.
fine.
Okay. I don't really want to
That
ult
wa-
from
that wa-
spawn, but I
That
might.
was good that we took the deal with Genji. Was okay. You scared him away, so he's not
But then
able to
he got a
use
lot
his
of help.
blade.
He got a lot of help, and then that happened. Yeah, no, he killed my whole team.
That's
so
okay.
it's sort of my fault, but it's okay. I don't think we can retouch. No, we can't.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want to get staggered now. Oh, even if I get a pick now, it's not that valuable. So I'm just gonna run.
Gotta make sure you survive. Yep.
Right.
Or still
I
can
I
fight
can make
for
this
this
or no?
angle.
It's a little scary.
You can double
Just
jump. You
double
can.
jump?
I think.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. You can.
If I don't make it, oh my god, it's so scary if I don't.
No,
There-
from the range, I see that you can.
That's good
It's,
though. I killed a Mercy, so it's great. Mercy's the best pick. It feels so good. Come on. Ooh. Oh, come on, that missed. Oh, that missed. What's in it? There we go. Ah, no. Yeah. I was hoping I'd get
You
help.
should win this fight.
You think so?
Oh,
We just got. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Even? Okay, this is big actually.
You,
Yeah, we won.
you forced out a lot of resources. Actually, I think it's.
Yeah, I felt like I did well there. I felt like if I just got a little bit of healing there,
yeah.
it would have been okay.
That's
There-
okay. Sometimes you can survive. You're gonna die, and it's fine. You
Yeah.
do not look at death like it's something bad.
Okay,
you
so
know,
to your
which-
point, I'm gonna be a little sneaky here.
You can try it. Yeah, try this out. Really, it's much better. Be more flanky, sneaky. Be patient with the shots. It's
Right.
better than spamming your shots for
Right,
sure.
so they just rezzed.
Notice A to B pattern first. A to B pattern.
So-
What's the pattern? He's standing still. Easy pattern.
That's an
first.
8A pattern right there. That was 8A. That's not too bad. He's like, who the heck is playing that angle?
Yeah, but
Poor
he
guy.
didn't even know that you're there because you didn't shoot. You was patient.
Right. So that was, I thought, a good shot. I just missed.
Yeah.
So,
This guy's moving up. You can check this angle, by the way. Right. A to B pattern first. A little
yep,
bit
I
too
just
fast.
want to poke him out.
Too
Yep.
fast, I think. Little bit.
Right, right. Well, yeah. So we both traded ults. I'm in a dangerous spot. No, bad spot. Bad
yeah,
spot,
you
bad
gotta.
spot. Yeah,
It's
that
either
was
you
dumb.
lean towards
I see-
all the way left or
I know. I
go
see
up.
Kitsune and I'm like, oh, I just go in the Kitsune. Let's get the ult.
Don't need it as Hanzo realistically.
Right.
Because
so they
you
probably
one-shot
have Reaper
kick.
out again, right? I don't think they used it. Oh, I'm in a awkward position with that. So to your point, A to B, but I don't really have time.
You need to take the angle first. You really. I don't like.
Yep,
I don't
just
like
cut
this.
him off. No.
The
Yeah.
ultimate is good. The ultimate's fine, but I don't like the initial angle.
Yeah,
just,
just pushing from spawn is not great.
Just-
okay.
just
so
go-
yep.
maybe
But it's
go a little bit left or
awkward
right.
angle. So, oh, ouch.
That's okay.
That feels so bad.
See, you
Yikes.
can kind of separate the map, every map on 3 lanes. You have this middle lane here.
Yeah,
to the
but
left-
even the spawn, I guess spawn a little bit.
Yeah. So.
Okay, so unfortunately,
choose to go on either left
bad.
lane or right lane. So this is your lane. This is
Right.
this is fine for now.
right. Ooh, I had that. I'm missing everything. Missing everything on this Genji. There we go. But no, we don't get it.
This is
Darn.
decent. This is decent.
Yeah, that felt like my fault.
No, I think we did good. So definitely,
Yeah, but that last death, like jumping in there, not great.
the previous fight, what I was saying when you wasn't spawn, just dragon is okay. It's just the initial angle.
Right.
You don't have to rush it. You remember the same thing you did against the Reaper. You took your time. You took your setup, and then it was easy shot. Yeah, not necessarily that you're on the same level, it's just more unpredictable. So you could do the same, you could repeat the same, even moving from the spawn, go a little bit towards the right side, set up on the high ground, or playing the same level on low ground sides, but
Right.
invest the time. I think you one-shot characters, so time matters. Time is just allows you to get better position. You're really not this type of character where you need to do continuous damage. You're not soldier, you're not even surgeon. You just
Right.
you gotta be more assassin, sneaky.
Yeah, more opportunistic with my shots. Right.
Try to experiment with that. Maybe try to take your time. Just be even
In
this point.
positioning, like the whole, like be a little bit more flanky, a little bit more
you can
careful on my
try.
shots.
Yeah, you can try this out. Obviously, test your limits. It's always good. Just
Right.
make sure you kind of be more patient. Your first shots,
Right.
especially, take your
So-
time. Notice the pattern A to B and then shoot.
Right. So,
Kind of easy, yeah. Really easy, right?
to
You
your
gotta
point.
pick
Right.
2 picks
Right.
and you've been patient. Exactly,
Right,
3
3
picks.
Yeah,
So-
good point. Oh,
And we've been
You
not
got it, huh,
spamming
man?
down main before. Yeah, we
Right.
just been taking the time. That's what matters. It's not the damage output, it's the kills.
right. So now I might want to play a different angle, right? They're gonna be careful there.
You might
So
try to
Here,
be
I'll
more
see my
sneaky
guy
again,
taking
be more patient.
damage. Right. So, oops, too soon. So now they know I'm there, but this is a great angle. Yeah. Oh my God, Mei. I hate that character. So I'm in an okay spot here, actually. Maybe too fast on that. Oh no. No. No.
You can just. You can
No, I'm
ju-
really
if-
taking my
if
time,
you-
but I'm not doing anything.
if you have an advantage, like in this case, you can just move closer. Don't forget, you
Right,
can
right.
use your distance as the another factor. It just if you can't get
point.
closer, maybe go on that another high ground. By the way, that was
Right.
where you was playing. You was playing in the back to the left of the statues, so you can take that high ground to the right of the statue, which is closer to the Mei, which makes it easy to aim. It's still 90 angle, but we just closer. It's
Right.
easier for you to take closer range shots as the answer. Simply.
Yeah, especially when they're not looking at me like that.
Mhm.
Makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, try to repeat this idea with the setting up. So, see, you're not gonna take the shot right away. Well, maybe you can go for one shot, but before, remember what you did. You've been stuck on the main for a while here, even on attack, and then you died. But
Right.
you can maybe go for one shot, but then invest most of your time in setting up. Think about using the right side, the left side. I think try this out with the left side building, the top
The
left.
top high ground, that feels so dangerous. Although
just
I
try-
like them looking at me there. Yeah,
Try
that's
this
right.
out because you can escape with double jump anyway.
Right.
So
Right.
if you can,
So
do
would you
that,
say
it's-
even cross a fence and go on there, that little balcony?
Yeah, just try. Go all the way left, yeah, and set up there.
Like there, yeah,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Sure.
be more sneaky and predictable this way. You do not take too many shots at the start. The main
Right.
focus is just, yeah, do this.
Let me just get a sense for them. Okay, so
Now
not much
go
here.
And take the shot.
Oh.
That's okay. Notice A to B pattern.
Yes.
One shot.
Thank you. Yes, we should win off that actually, potentially.
And you can
Yes.
take another position if needed. The
Yeah.
left side in the hotel
Well,
might
now,
work.
now I think we just win.
Yeah, you should win.
Hey, that's great. I feel like I won my team that
Nice.
that point.
See the difference between more focusing towards I'm spamming as Hanzo than doing this, where you invest more time towards the setup. You invest more
Right,
time
take the
to
careful shot.
Exactly. We going there. Well, you still spend some time on doing those spammy shots, but it's more. I think you're gonna get this play of the game. Yeah, where we've been being more patient. Yeah, but
Which one?
oh wait,
no,
it's
this
another one.
was best. Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember this.
Still good dragon.
That was fine.
Was good
Yeah,
dragon.
the dragon
yeah.
worked out really well there. And we ended up getting that guy. Yeah. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. This is what you want to do more, basically. Like all those examples with the Reaper, this last part of attack. What else? Defense part. This last defense as well, where he was patient on the left angle. Good example again.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it worked out really well. Pretty much every time I did it, I'd say.
Yeah, you see why. Your first shot, you're not rushing it as well. If you're not,
Right.
then you're gonna hit it A to B. You there, A to B pattern, and you can hit it. Well, sometimes
Right.
you cannot, but it's okay.
Yeah, I wanna. Unfortunately, this game I didn't have anything. Sometimes when I try to do this, I get people who contest me. This game, I was pretty uncontested on all of my angles. I was just like, it was just a matter of me
Yeah.
actually hitting them.
Yeah, but this is the part about just understanding all this. We
Right.
talked
Well, we
about.
talked about like how to play against dive and stuff.
Well,
right?
it can
Like-
be. At some extent. It's just it's one matchup, but there can be other matchups as well. It's just understanding all those steps where you take control and use the position. It is constantly you're
Right.
gonna be contested at the higher side, especially. Enemy will try to take and control, so you have your own resources to respond the pressure. To the pressure, it's mainly your Sonic. It's your Storm Arrow. You can use that to just push the enemy out. You basically
Right.
think about your resources like in a because you have those, you can hold those positions. You can stay there.
Right.
But
Makes sense.
we can talk about that more once you do this more and more consistently. Just doing that setup more, being more patient, and A to B pattern, whatever we discussed as well. We should be good.
Yeah, I was impressed by how well that worked. Here, let me buy some more of the. I'll just buy another one
Are
of the
we
4.
going with the plan
I
again?
think
or-
this was the last one. Yeah, I think so. The
Mhm.
plan's I think the plan's good. How do I do this? How do I do the plans? I see.
Yeah,
I
let
see.
me know once you get it. I'm gonna confirm.
Oh yeah, it works. I'll just do the.
One of my
7.
student had this issue where they had trouble with the time for some reason. It didn't save the daylight savings or something. I
Mhm.
don't know. But for you, it seems like you wasn't on time. Everything was fine. I think. Yeah. So it
No,
shouldn't be a
yeah,
problem.
yeah, no problems there.
Mhm.
Yeah. My schedule's generally very busy, but you know, it's some like anything else, you can make time for stuff. So I think it's good.
Let me see.
All right, I just got it. All right, I'll check my calendar and find times to work. I gotta go help my wife out with the baby.
Oh, okay. Then I will send you the
Sorry,
summary.
yeah.
But so far, you remember all of this stuff. It's more related to the setup and
Yeah, the
then
A to B that helped a
Mhm.
lot, and positioning.
a little bit of
still.
your position as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll try what you said about like starting at a lower angle and then potentially going higher. I think a lot of the times that worked
Yes, this
were
can
that,
be valuable.
right?
It's just really important. Don't be stuck in if you start somewhere, you don't want to be stuck at the same position. You gotta understand you're playing around that high ground. It doesn't mean
Right.
that you stay in low ground or on high ground all the time. No, you can play around. You can go down, up, depending on the situation, closer as well.
Right.
Yeah?
Makes sense.
Okay. Let's start
Awesome.
with that.
Well, thanks for your time, Gefest.
Yeah,
That was great.
I just confirmed the
Super
plan,
helpful.
so you can schedule your sessions now. I think. Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, I will see you later then, and good luck.
Yeah. Yeah, take it easy. Have a nice Thursday.
Bye bye.
Take care.